Welcome back. 6:23 on the dot right now. It's no secret the coronavirus pandemic has crushed the hospitality industry.
And Pat, as states begin to reopen, it's becoming even more clear the industry has a long road to recovery. Joining us via Zoom this morning is Larry Bowser, General Manager of Marriott Shoals. Larry, good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, we'd like to touch on just the reopening process. How does that look from your perspective as a hoteler, the hotel industry? What are the major challenges that you guys have now?
Well, obviously, there's many challenges that face us. Obviously, our guest safety and our associate safety are paramount. So obviously, we want to take every precaution that we possibly can. We've always had very stringent, cleaning procedures and everything else for all the other bacteria and everything else that, that we've already been exposed to. Coronavirus has created this new challenges for us, and we've certainly stepped up our cleaning procedures, touching all different surfaces. We're doing health screenings for all of our associates every day before they start their shifts, things like that. And then, of course, the financial challenges that it presents as well as we start to gear up. Guests are starting to come back, and I do believe there's a certain population that believe that we're opening too soon, and a certain population that wants things to be back to normal now, and probably most people that are stuck in the middle really don't know what to think. So, last week was our first week that we were able to reopen our pools and open our restaurants, and we're starting to get back to a sense of normalcy here, bringing back associates slowly, and starting to gear up for season. Next weekend, traditionally Memorial Day weekend, we would have been sold out and had a big fireworks show and everything else, and obviously we'll be gradually into that with our current 6-foot spacing and everything else that we have.
Larry, I want to touch on something you were just talking about, those people in the middle that just don't know what to think. You folks are our neighbors. We need for you folks to recover just like everybody else. How do you change the mindset of some of those people out there for them to think, yes, there is all the cleaning that's taking place and so on, so they can sign up and help you folks in the road to recovery?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, if you feel you're still at risk, and by all means stay home. But again, we're encouraged and optimistic that people will be more inclined to come to destinations like the Shoals, the smaller destinations, rather than Nashville or larger destinations like Orlando on their traditional vacations. So again, we're hoping that will people look in our backyards for unique experiences and hotels that can provide them a little staycation and a little getaway, but again, really not take the risk of going to a major destination, where the coronavirus numbers may be a little bit higher. So we are here in the Shoals. Our coronavirus counts have been very low, and really feel that we're mitigating all risks that we possibly can. And of course, again, we want guests and associates to feel safe. So.
We're talking about individuals right now, but what about the impacts of the convention center having canceled conventions and larger meetings? That's really hitting you guys hard as well.
Yeah, decimated. This is the height of our convention center, and of course, with groups having to maintain 6 feet, it's difficult to do a function of 500 people, and maintain 6 feet. We just don't have that kind of space, and we don't really see that coming back. We still have some groups in-house. We have a few weddings that were still scheduled that are pending in June, depending what the governor's restrictions are. And we hope to see a rebound. But a lot of the groups that we had on the books, in spring and in summer, have canceled. We hope to get them back next year, and again, the economy rebound. So it's twofold. It's people scared to travel, and also the financial impact that they've had. They may not have the resources to travel as well. So it's kind of a double whammy for the hotel business.
All right, Larry Bowser, General Manager of Marriott Shoals, thank you so much for your insight this morning.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, Larry. 6:27 right now.